Heavy.
Oh, thank you very much.
And this one. Oh, what else? A knife.
A knife, please. That'll do.
And a spatula.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
How easy is that? Nice big window to hand out all the ingredients. So if you haven't guessed, we are about to do a cook-up.
It's exciting. After our episode at Hangaro, so many of you really enjoyed the cook-up, and we actually received a lot of recipes. We're quite off-grid at the moment, so I can't really get to the shops, but funnily enough, one of the recipes that came through like yesterday, I have all the things here. I was like, yes, let's do this recipe. So today it's not going to be me, it's going to be Chris, and I'm going to film him and let him show off some of his chopping skills that don't get his thumb, and yeah, see what you think about it. He's had this before, I never have, so we'll see how it goes.
Yes. This is a dish that I used to eat a lot, actually, and it brought back a lot of memories. And when Sharon said it yesterday, I was like, yes! Like, I was so pumped and so excited to actually cook this, because we haven't cooked it in the van, and like Sharon says, she hasn't had it before. Basically, it's cabbage, bacon, onion, and just a whole lot of butter and bloody goodness of garlic.
Onions.
Onions.
And it's from our follower, Sue Carey.
Sue, thank you very much for the request, because I tell you what, I am absolutely super stoked about this one. And basically, I'll just run through the ingredients really quickly. I think I've basically said it all anyway, but we've got some bacon, middle bacon there. We've got some minced garlic. Got a white onion. We'll do one whole onion there.
Onion.
Oh my god, it's just going to pick on me all day. We got some nice, really nice sausages from the butcher. What were they? They were curry, weren't they?
Madras chicken.
Madras chicken. So they actually smell divine. Can't beat a good butcher. If you find a butcher anywhere in a small town or big town, always go there first over any supermarket. I tell you what, doesn't get much better. We're actually going to cook up a bit of broccolini because we love that so much. So that's going as a side. So we got basically two sides, and then some cabbage. So just your normal cabbage, green cabbage you get from Woolies or Coles, or any little stall that you see on the side of the road. So that should be more than enough for us, because this is probably the big thing a lot of people don't know about cooking cabbage. It goes a long way. Like, that doesn't look like much, but it would feed the whole entire family just about. So without further ado, we're going to get ripping in. We're going to start prepping and cutting and slicing and dicing, and then I'll have that all prepped here, and then we'll go to the ziggy. We'll get the sausages on the go, and it'll all come together. So you've probably seen at the start of the video, I was pulling a few bits and pieces out. These are our little storage compartments that we have. They're a Snow Peak brand, so they're a Japanese brand. I'll tell you what, they got some really cool stuff. A little bit exy, a bit pricey, but well and truly worth the quality, I reckon. But for us, they fit absolutely perfectly in this zone outdoor kitchen. Like the cavities, the dimensions, everything, it just works really, really well. So I've slowly started to pull this kitchen together and do what I've wanted to do out here and have the right essentials and all the cooking ware that I need. And this is one of them. So I've got the pan out here already, but for today's cook up, I wanted something with a little higher side and a little bit bigger. So we've got the one out of the kitchen in there. So I'll put this bad boy back for now. We'll use that at a later date somewhere. But it's just nice to have it out here ready to go for anything we're going to cook up. If it's a quick breakfast or roadside cook up or something like that, easy done. First of all, cabbage. You can do this as thick as you want, as thin as you want. You can do it however you feel fit.
There's no wrong way to cut cabbage.
There is no wrong way to cut cabbage. Well, no, there isn't. There is no wrong way. You could slice it and dice it. You could finely chop it. You can do anything. It's going to cook. But it's probably going to cook in many different ways. So, for me personally, I like to do it thick-ish because I like the strands. So I'd like to do probably a good 5 to 10 mil.
You can trust his measurement here. That's very accurate. It was 5 to 10 mil.
I'm not always horrible with my measurements. So roughly about yay. And I just slice them right down and then pick that up, throw it in the bowl. So already, that tiny, tiny little piece that we had, look at that, it's filled a whole stainless steel bowl. Done. So one joy about doing onions outside, onions, is I won't cry as much. So I won't be so much of a baby out here crying, cutting these damn things up. So again, you can cut them as thick as you want, as small as you want. Being quite a chunky sort of setup, if you want it quite filling and quite bulky, you can cut everything quite thick and bulky. So it's exactly what we're about to do. So again, probably 5 mil or so.
Ready? Just want to come behind you.
That's it. Nice and chunky.
Chris doesn't want to show you his real chopping skills today by the look of it. He's trying to be chunky and just hack at things.
But it's one of those dishes that it doesn't really matter.
Chris has very good chopping skills.
I'll have to find a dish at some stage where I have to finally chop parsley or something to make a meal out of, and then we can go from there.
If you've got one of those, tell us about it.
Yeah.
How much bacon are you going to put in?
I don't know. Depends on how much you like bacon. I am going to put in, let's start with 3 rashers, like big rashers. Again, about that 5 mil.
Chunky.
I'm going with chunky because I like chunky. Because I'm chunky.
After your gastro's not so chunky though around this chin area. I reckon. What do you reckon?
I don't know. Do you think I've lost weight?
I reckon he's lost it around his face.
Feel free to comment below. So that's not what you do?
They'll fall apart as you cook them.
Oh, I'll give them a quick. So as you can see, she's pretty chunky. But as bacon and onion cooks in a pan, it's obviously going to shrink and it's going to minimise and become a lot smaller and whatever. So by the time that all cooks down and we put our cabbage in there, it's going to look bloody Mickey Mouse. Madras chicken sausages going on. Oh my god, they smell so bloody good.
They do, eh?
Oh.
I don't even know how many there are. I think there's 8.
Alright, so this has been preheating for all of about 3 minutes. That's enough though, because the Ziggy, she heats up pretty bloody good. It's one thing I do love about the Ziggy. It doesn't take any time at all. So the one thing I have found about this Ziggy, I've only had the one, so I don't know if they're all the same, but I find that the top cooks really quick, or it's the hottest end, and then the front is your cooler end. So when, especially big sausages, I like to just get them nice and brown on the outside, and then bring them down to the front and let them sit there, because it means that they can cook right through and get to the middle. Probably the biggest problem with big sausages, people cook them really fast, and then the middle is not as cooked, or it's quite raw. These aren't as fat as the ones we had the other day.
Burnt.
All burnt, yeah. These aren't as fat as the other ones we had the other day. These are quite normal, so these shouldn't take too long. So I'm just going to whack them straight up there on top, on high. And I might even, I'll throw these on now too. So broccolini is a huge favourite of ours. It's something we eat quite often. There's been times where you can't get it, but it's normally at any sort of supermarket or fresh food section. Basically all I do is whack them straight on. Try and spread them out a little bit. Like so. And then just spray them with a bit of oil.
That's it.
That's literally it. So as they sort of get a bit charcoaly, well not charcoaly, they start to brown up and get a bit crispy, I just like turning them over every now and again. You sort of get those nice little burnt ends on them. So bloody good. And then just sort of keep turning them over, and they don't take very long at all. So yeah, we'll put them on the low side, sausage on the high side. That's ready to go. I'd say probably 10, 12 so minutes, which should be pretty good. And then we'll hook into the other side with cabbage. Right, you can see starting to get some little black ends and burnt ends on there. So basically, just keep turning them over. I might even just swap them out. It's obviously cooking a little bit more on that side. And what I like to do too is if you've well and truly think they're good enough for you, so that's nice and crispy there, I'll just leave them on top. So the ones underneath are still cooking, takes the pressure off these ones, and everything else can cook. Right.
Good now.
Sausages are looking pretty good.
I'm excited. They smell amazing.
Oh, seriously.
Madras chicken.
Like the curry smell coming out of these things is absolutely delicious. You can only imagine what they actually taste like. So we'll let them go a little bit longer. I might even just turn them down a touch.
Go
Few more
to
minutes.
cabbage. So you'll notice in the background we've got a bit of a audience
Started heading west.
just hanging out afterwards and having a few drinks and stuff. So if you hear chatting and carrying on, it's all travel talk in the background.
It's like a live feed for these guys. We got the managers here, and then we got obviously John and Sylvia. Managers come down for a couple of beers this afternoon. We've been talking about doing it for the last couple of days, but I've had gastro, so it hasn't happened. And finally we're good to go.
We're cooking.
We're having a good time, so things are good now. We'll just break up any of those bigger pieces that haven't fallen apart yet. And we'll just let that sit there and do its thing. Right. Again, put as much garlic as you bloody feel like it. We are big garlic lovers, so I'm going to put a good couple of dollops in there. Put in another one and bugger it.
Bugger it.
Now, you can never have too much garlic.
What do you reckon for the butter?
For the butter, you probably wouldn't go as much.
I'll see, I would.
Would you?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, you got bacon though. You get bacon fat in there. So how much
said
did you do? You took it away.
It's probably a tablespoon,
Yeah.
I reckon.
Oh, I'm all fogged up. Look.
Oh no.
Oh, you go. You're coming back now.
Slowly coming back. Mix that in. Oh my god. Just this alone is like a good base for just about anything.
Carbonara.
Yeah, that's the first thing that always comes to my mind is carbonara. That's another good one, but the only downside to that is I think the last time we cooked that, not only we don't normally have it, big reason why we haven't really had it is because of charn and being gluten free. So the pasta's not a great thing. But I think the last time we did cook it, we put that much cream and that much butter in it that we weren't used to it. And I think all of us had like a
cream-induced squirty bum.
literally a squirty bum after. So it was quite interesting. It was very enjoyable. I enjoyed every second of it because we don't have it very often.
Until the next day.
But yeah, once it passed, it was okay. So basically, I just want to soften those onions, reduce them a little bit. The bacon's going to obviously release all its oils and fats and go into that onion and make it super tasty. And then once that is doing its thing, all the juice is coming out of that is going to be soaked up by the cabbage. And this is why this dish is so good.
The Ziggy's really smoking.
Is it?
You might want to go check it.
Oh my god, this is why I turn it down.
You need to talk less.
You need to talk less. Right.
Oh yeah. It's alright.
That's good.
We're good, we're good.
So we're pretty good there. Even the big ones are looking pretty good there. So where are we at? So these are looking pretty good. Alright, I'll turn that off.
You reckon cooked?
Yeah, I reckon.
Cool.
Because they're only small. So I'll just turn that off, but I'll keep that lid shut so everything will stay nice and warm and keep doing its thing. Alright, so I'm probably not even going to be able to use all this cabbage because there's a hell of a lot here.
I'll have to make a coleslaw or something.
We'll see how we go because at the moment it's quite cold and hard. Once a bit of heat gets into that, it will shrink. We'll see how we go. Put some of that hot stuff on there and get some heat into it. Might be able to do it, I don't know, we'll see.
I reckon you could. If you were to put it on and then put a lid on for a minute, it'll reduce and soften.
Yeah, well I'm just going to do that now. Get some real heat in there at the moment. And I'll see if I can fit that other half in there. So it's slowly reducing.
I reckon you could have put it in sooner, eh? So far, Sue Carey. I'm keen.
That's good stuff. Good stuff. Looking pretty good. A little bit longer on that, and I reckon she's going to be perfect. Right, so I've just turned that off and I've left the lid on. So give you so you can see it's all softened, shrunk a lot. But there's still a hell of a lot there. Like, that could feed a family. Like, seriously.
That's gonna be breakfast tomorrow.
Don't be
Get some eggs and put them
deceived by a small little cabbage. It goes a long way. But look at that. It looks amazing.
Yum. Let's do dinner. Yummish one.
They're all done. Sorry.
They're all done.
Now that's not far from it. And I've never seen it like that.
That one's mine.
Yeah.
It is your one. You excited? You love sausages, don't you? You sit down.
So
Sit down,
excited.
ready?
He's barking like a dog.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Try and give him some of the bacon bits.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll go on this side.
Yeah. I know the band's right.
Oh.
RB. Just.
Okay, Jack.
I don't like that.
Here you go. Ooh.
Mm-mm.
What is this? What is that?
It's cabbage. You try some?
No.
It's got bacon and stuff.
What is this?
It's bacon.
I don't like this.
You do like bacon.
No, I don't like this.
Yeah, but not when it's like that, Dad.
Unbelievable.
It's just also chicken and bread.
Let Jada try a piece of this. You got to try this, Jada. It's basically like a carbonara without the cream.
Yes.
Not what you think it's going to be.
And there's
Are these the pork apple sausages?
these are chicken sausages, and there's more sausage if you like it.
I like the carbonara with no sauce.
You do like it? Do you hear that?
Mm.
What do you think?
Still got to put more garlic in.
Oh, really?
You can never have too much garlic.
I'm curious on these sausages too.
Yeah. Mm. Oh, that's good. They are good sausages.
So,
It's like as good as what they smell, they taste. But like that combination between those two is going to be sensational. Definitely worth that. So with that done, if you've got any more recipes, any more ideas, jump over to our email, send us through that way. We'll get through as much as we can, and we'll pick all some really cool, fun ones, and continue doing these episodes because we're absolutely loving this. Put something in spanner in the works. If you've got anything that Jada can cook,
because Jada was keen, hey?
Jada's hanging out to do a bit of a cook up herself. She's always trying to help out and try and do bits and pieces. So we thought, let's see if we got something for the kids, for Jada to cook, and we'll do a segment with Jada.
Again, thank you, Sue. This
Yeah.
is amazing.
Thanks, you've brought back so many great memories, and this is definitely going to be staying in the van for some time. Cheers. Well, g'day. We're out this morning, as you can tell. We've got the two cars. We're out on a dirt road in the middle of nowhere because we're being given some directions for a bit of a fun drive on some forestry roads, a bit of full driving to a town called, don't correct me too hard, be gentle, Tumut. I don't know if that's right. There's so many bloody words around here, they don't look like what they look like. They always pronounce them far different to what they look like, so I always get it wrong. Tumut. One of those. But anyway, there's a brewery, there's a pub, there's a couple of shops, there's a nice little town down there. It's about an hour and a half from where we are at Wee Jasper down to town. So we're going to do a bit of a drive, show you what it's like through here. It's like pine forest, forestries, dirt roads, hills, amazing views. It's actually really bloody beautiful. So yeah, bit of a nice drive out here. Go and have a pub feed, and then we might find another track to come back on. So this is a bit of a recon drive as well for us, because we're actually thinking about doing a bit of a camp out up here at Wee Jasper. So stay tuned for the details on that one. I think they should be coming out by the time this comes out. And yeah, so it's nice to know where we are, what to expect, where we can take you guys, and really plan it and make it a really good trip. So this is part of what we're doing today, as much as it is just to get out and about and have a bit of an explore. So yeah, pretty fun. I love doing this sort of stuff. We haven't been able to do this for some time, but as usual, we've got John and Sylvia there at the back there from Lost in the Right Direction, and yeah.
This love has never been stronger. I'm up in the clouds when you're around, but when you're not, it's getting much harder, and I'm falling down, down, I'm falling down. I see your face on all of the pages in the scrapbook of my mind. To put it down for a while takes ages, then I'm falling down, down, I'm falling down. I'm thinking of you every day, a million times, hoping you hear me. Tell me you do. Every day, a million times, just when I'm thinking of you.
So we just made it into town after a nice leisurely drive through the pine forest and the dirt roads.
Keep your hand down. No, because I'm there.
So yeah, it was a really cool drive. I've really enjoyed it. It's nice, something a bit different.
Yeah.
We've made it into town, and the first place we're going is the brewery. So it's the Tumut River Brewing Co. So we've been recommended a few times by a couple of followers and whatnot. So I thought, bug it, we're coming down. We're going to check it. We're going to check it. We're going to check it out and see what they got on offer. So we'll go and have a couple of beers, and then we've been told about another pub in town that's good. So we might come here for a couple of beers, then go back to the pub for a feed. And then there's a nice, really cool little main street. It's got some really cool old school shops and stuff on it. So we might do a bit of a laney or hot laps up and down the street there.
Laney. What are you on about, mate?
Keen for a couple of cold ones?
Yeah. Get rid of that dust.
You wash out the dust out?
Yeah. In the back of your car.
Yeah, she was pretty bloody dusty, wasn't it? Far out. I can only imagine how much you were copping it back there.
Oh no, it was just thick as. I feel sorry for the air filter.
Yeah, no, she'll need a bit of a blowout this afternoon, I reckon.
Bloody oath.
Righto.
This will do now.
Yeah, let's do it. So how we go, Don? Did you enjoy that experience?
Oh, that was brilliant. Yeah.
Good.
All bar one, I would drink again. There was a like a chocolate flavoured peanut butter stout.
Yeah.
I'd have it again, just in a tasting thing. It was good, just on small bits, but everything
I think
else,
it's the novelty of having it and trying it because of the name and the flavour. It's
yeah.
like,
But I think my favourite one was the beer named Sue, and the
ginger beer.
The ginger beer.
ginger beer, yeah. Ginger beer goes down well. Well, we got recommended to come here and try just the ginger beer.
Well, the ginger beer rated number 92 in the Gab's Hottest 100 against beers.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
So there
big
you
deal.
go.
Which is pretty. That's a massive effort.
And
so.
it's spot on.
Yeah.
We're gonna go now for a quick walk next door though and have a look at a broom shop. They make brooms by hand.
See if we
From
can
ginger and beer to brooms.
and see if we can get a twin engine one for them.
For who?
That's it.
Is it got one or got other?
No.
Yeah, that's a mighty big broom.
Actually, bend your knees.
Yeah, there we go. Well, what a pleasant little surprise that we've just come across. We've just got back from in town, but we've just got back to camp. We had a phone call from the manager, Paul, saying that I hope you're not too far away because you're probably going to have to move your vans. Because where we've been parked up next to this river, we've had a hell of a lot of rain the last couple of days, and it is pumping, like proper pumping. And it's coming up close. So it's coming up there. There's the fire pit. That was way down the other side there, and now we're coming up close to the vans. Like the way the rain's been falling today in town and on the way out here, this is definitely not the lowest it's going to be. It's definitely going to rise even more. And so
How crazy is this?
it's best that we move the vans to higher ground because there is some elevated sort of steps as you go up over to the back here. There's a few people up there at the moment, but we'll see how we go. We might even go to the very highest point and see what happens because there's another river in behind there as well. But I don't think that will be too much of a drama. But if we're down here, I feel like if it's going to break, it'll come down through this way. So
Yeah. We've got a little stick in the grass right next to the river just to see if it was going to come up anymore and how quick we had to kind of work as we're doing this. But
Yeah.
all's good at the moment.
yeah, I'm glad it's not pissing down rain right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight if we stayed here.
No,
Like,
no.
I'd be too busy thinking about it. I'm actually going to take a photo. There's a tree behind us here. Hang on. That one there. It looks... Hang on, move your head. That one right there. And you can't see it because it's blurring, obviously, because our faces are in it. But I took a photo of it last night, and there's a big piece of driftwood that's over the top of it. And now that's completely gone, and it's like
It's under
way
again.
up. So I'm going to put those two photos over now. I'm going to take one right now so you can see the difference, how much it's come up. I reckon we've had
Meters, like literally meters.
probably 2 to 3 feet.
It's meters.
It's not meters.
It's meters. Where that was to what it is now, wasn't even that high last time, and there was a good couple of meters there.
It'd be a meter max.
And here we go. Everyone's going to slam me for my bloody measurements, but I guarantee it's a couple of meters, 100%. Anyway, enough rambling on. I'm going to get
About
the
a
bloody
metre.
van out of here and
Yeah.
get going.
So, I'll just turn the lights on. I'm currently standing in the van. I haven't actually put anything away. So all the coffee machine, I've just moved my plant. I've got a radio ready to go just in case I need it. But we're moving uphill. So yeah, he was just explaining to us like where we're camped right now. Last time I did this, that area there, it looked like that, and then the next morning it was at the amenities block, which is like another 4 meters. And the problem is here it doesn't actually rain in the area, it rains over the hills and then just the water comes through, so you don't actually know what's going to happen until you've got water in the river, and it's like, oh, where'd that come from, you know? But yeah, we're going up on basically the highest hill in the highest spot on the tallest tower. Sounds like a Disney show or something. But at least we know we're safe there. We're all good. And yeah, all's good. Do you know what's really cool? I couldn't have stood in the caravan, our old caravan, and spoke to you like I am right now. And I know that because I did do it a couple of times on roads, and it was so... Oh, jeez. I just nearly died. It was so noisy. I couldn't have spoke to you like we are in here. Verdict.
I've got a power line in front of me. I didn't realise until I got here.
Alright, back.
Yeah. Slippery there too on that grass.
Where's the power line?
Right in front of me.
Oh, yeah. So I decided to sit down now. It's actually kind of a nice spot here. It's very wet. I can hear all the water under the ground, but other than that, it's alright. Can you see the back, John?
Yeah, all good. Keep going. If you're level there, I'll stay there.
She's a bit wet.
Yeah, she is.
Feel sorry for the lawn. Sorry, Paul.
Oh, just he needs to watch those power lines. Hey, I'll just watch those power lines behind you and let you know if you get close.
Yeah.
Righto, morning update. We've just woken up this morning after moving the vans yesterday afternoon, which I'm grateful for because I can just about see the river from up here, and we're way up on top of a hill right now. She's definitely pumping. Even a couple of locals around here are saying that they've never seen it like this, and we seem to hear the same thing all the time everywhere we go, because the last couple of years, like seasons, how things normally work, are just not like they used to be, and there's a big change happening in this world, and I don't know exactly why, but yeah, it's definitely different. I can say that much. So the plan this morning is we're going to go down and check out a bridge. There's one bridge that allows us to either go to Canberra or go back out to Yass. The only issue with this bridge is it looks like there's a bit of undermining happening. There's obviously the bridge as you go across, but on one side there's some really big puddles and some big washout areas like potholes and that, and it seems to be sort of chipping away at one side of the bridge. So I don't know exactly what that means for us possibly leaving this morning, because the idea was to leave this morning to try and get out before anything else happens, because if it continues to rain, things are only going to get worse. This is the entry road coming in, and that little river over there is like 3 times the size of what it was when we first got here. So that's pumping down and around the corner down here, and it sort of takes a left-hand turn and then runs into the big river that's right down the back there. But as you can see, we're up nice and high, not exactly dry, but a lot safer than where we were earlier. So we're definitely on the very highest point of this whole campground. It's pretty scary because you just don't know. You don't want to be sleeping and then wake up to literally sitting in water. That'd be a nightmare. Looks like John's just gone down to have a quick look at the river. We'll see what the verdict is.
Mate, lucky we moved.
Has it come up again?
No.
Nah?
No.
Hasn't moved?
Hasn't moved, but probably a little bit. Probably about half a foot higher.
Yeah,
and
okay.
where you were parking your car, a big puddle.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and that little ditch that he said if it goes,
Yeah.
pretty much the amenity block goes, it's starting to go.
Yeah, right. We're going to unhook the car, and then we're going to go for a squirt down the road, and hopefully everything's sweet and we can get across. Righto, we've just made it down to the bridge. So far, not too bad, not too bad. It's definitely flowing pretty hard. There is a little section over here that's got the barriers and a bit of tape where it's obviously undermining itself and it's falling away from the bridge. We're just about to walk up here now and have a quick look at how bad it is, but so far, bridge seems pretty solid, so I'm pretty happy so far. Wow, there we go. Check this out. So there's all the tape, and that's what's happening here. So you can see there's been a bit of patchwork here at some stage. I feel like it's not the last time it's happened.
Hold on.
No, stay here, stay here, stay here. Check out that for a bloody hole. Holy. So you can see why that's a bit of a concern. There's a bit going on there. So that's the river there and it's pumping at the moment. You can see that wouldn't take long at all to wash all that out. Holy hell. That is a serious hole. So that keeps eating out. With the amount of water that's flowing through here at the moment, I don't think that'd take very long at all. I reckon we're pretty good.
I think so.
Just stay away from that side.
Stay on this side if you're right. This is all solid.
Yeah, this is pretty good over here. Look at that water. Some serious flow in there. Obviously this side will be coming down the side anyway, but yeah, I can't see that getting any better anytime soon. That's going to take a fair bit to fix that. Even just standing there, it's a bit iffy. Big hole.
Thank goodness we're over. I can't believe that hole. I just went and had a look at it as well. That's crazy. After your last, hang on. Where did we do that filming?
Hang around.
After our episode at Hang Around, we said we were going to do some cook-ups. So many of you, did you hear that? Cook-ups.
Excuse me? Right, so onions in there. Onion. So now that you've picked up on it so many bloody times, everyone's going to be like, oh, he said it again. He said it again. No, the bottom.
Yeah, I'll track it down the bottom of the screen.
I was sending him by email now.
Yeah, it's easier via email.
Okay.
Hey legends, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Please like, subscribe and tell your friends. If you need more of a Big Oz fix, head over to our website bigozexplorers.com for merch, information on our setup, places we've been, recipes, links to our socials and much more. We look forward to seeing you for a new adventure next week. Cheers guys.